Hello friends, today I am working on my 2.5 inch strips boxes and this one, as you can see, is full, plus I've got a few more to put in there. So I had to start a new box, a new bin. So I'm working on these today, and I think I'll probably almost have enough to fill this one up as well, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to move the camera so that you can see what I'm doing. I'll be using it's an imitation Stripology ruler that I got from Amazon. I'll be using this to cut my strips with. Let's get started. These are the 2.5 inch strips that I'll be cutting. These came in some giveaway fabric, and some of these strips were already cut. So I thought, and then there was just like I don't know, like a fat quarter size of fabric still for each one of these sets of strips. So I decided I'd go ahead and finish cutting strips out of those. And I'm going to fold them over, so I'll be cutting 4 layers. But of course, when I unfold it, it'll just be 2 strips of each. Okay. As you can see, there's a blue line here and a blue line here, and those are going to be the lines that I'll line up on my fabric. What I will do is, since this edge is not really even, let me see if I can get this better aligned here. This edge is not really even, and I have a fold on this side, so I'm just going to trim that part off. So I'll lay the blue line just beyond that, and I'll make sure to line up my blue line on the bottom, because that's what keeps my strip straight. Okay, and then I'll cut on this blue line on the 0, and then I'll come over to 2.5 and cut, and then I'll come over to number 5 and cut. Come over to number 7.5 and cut, and then I'll still have this one on the fold, and I can unfold that and probably get one more strip out of it. Alright, putting on the 0 line, skipping over to 2.5, number 5, and 7.5. That's my scrap. So I'm getting 2 strips that are about 22 inches. I said I already have several. Now this one, I believe I have enough to get one more 2.5 inch strip. So that is my plan. Line it up on the blue again. This time I don't have to cut the left side edge. So I'm just going to line it up on that one, and it comes over to almost 3, so that's perfect. I can cut on 2.5. Another tiny scrap, and that gives me all of my strips for that fabric. up a little. And then of course I have my little, these were black ones, little foam board, but it doesn't matter what color they are. They were out of white ones once when I went to get foam boards, so I got black. Works for me. And then I'll just fold those up on there, wrap them around, and then I'll take the rubber band, just put it around it. And in here. Right now I'm just standing all of these up, as you can see. Trying to alternate where the rubber bands are going opposite ways to help with the fullness. And here we have a dark gray. I'm not sure I'm doing this right. Longest strip that I can. I could iron these and make them nice and smooth, but I don't think it'll matter that much. I'll iron them before I use them. This cutting device makes them pretty flat when you lay it down on them. Lining up the two blue lines. This one is just inside the line. This one is right on the fold. And 0, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 1 little scrap. These. I have one more. Cut for that one. I have a nice straight edge, so I'll just line it up on the blue line. And the bottom up on the folded line. Over to 2.5. Another little scrap. And I'll use it on my cardboard. For later use. I get these big rubber bands at Walmart in a large package. They're wonderful. I use them on my design boards when I'm when I get a pattern laid out, and I'll take and lay them out with all the pieces stacked up on the design board. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's a little small one, and so here's the little block I'm making, and I've got all the pieces laid out. Some of them I've already stitched together, as you can see there. The others I've laid out. So So just stack those all up while I'm working on it. And then I lay this one on top of it. And then just put a couple of rubber bands around it. Just kind of hold it in place. And sometimes I'll put, if I'm taking it somewhere, I might put one or two going both ways. But that's my design board, and I don't put the flannel side down when I'm doing that. Otherwise, when you pick it up, it'll bring the pieces with it. So you want to just lay it on the smooth side. And again, these are made out of my little foam board cuts and a piece of flannel and then some pretty duct tape. Very easy to make. Now, where was I? Okay, that one's ready to, oh, I was talking about the rubber bands. Another use for those rubber bands. Okay, I have one more to do. And you know the routine by now, so I'll just let you watch me do this last one. Unless I think of something else to say. Turn it the wrong way. By the way, I got this from, you guessed it, Amazon. I also bought one at Walmart, but it's not quite as flexible. It was a little cheaper, and it doesn't have the half measurements on it. It just has the full measurements. So normally use this one if I'm just cutting something that needs, you know, doesn't have to have a half-inch markings. Then I might use that one. Inside one showing. And we just about filled that one up. I could lay a few more on the top like I did in this one. So I have the 2.5, also have 1.5, have 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, and 4.5. My other ones are not as full as these, but these are great to use for sashing, small borders, binding if you like 2.5-inch binding, which I use on some of my quilts. Some I use 2.25. So I believe that's all I'm going to do for this one. So y'all have a great and blessed day, and thank you for joining me. Please subscribe if you like the content. Thank you.